Hey, welcome back to Olympic Coaching. So today we're going to talk about how to do a compression wrap, a Voodoo Floss wrap on our ankle to improve our ankle mobility, how those tissues are sliding and gliding. So we're going to prevent injury, be able to reduce any sort of foot, ankle pain, and just free things up there. So it's able to have a better range of motion and really affect our ability to exercise and perform. Okay, quick retest you can do before you even do this. Is you can get just in a lunge position, you can kind of see how far you can push your ankle, just kind of feel how stiff does it feel back here in the Achilles region, back of the ankle. You can also do like a specific test here where you're actually gonna come here, do a tandem ankle test, and you're just gonna see how far you can push that knee forward to see how far it goes and see how stiff does it feel back there. So what I'm gonna do here, in order to do this, you take a Voodoo Floss band. You can find these on Amazon, Rogue.com, whatever. There's lots of different sellers of these, but essentially you're gonna take this band. What we're aiming for is a 50% stretch as I do this, okay? So stretch, what I mean is, here's a 100% stretch. We're looking for about 50% stretch as we wrap around. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put one leg on top of the other. I'm gonna start with wrapping the foot. Okay, so yes, the Achilles ankle or the Achilles tendon comes from, kind of meshes from the calf, it meshes into the tendon and it wraps around the heel into the arch of the foot. Okay, so this is going to address both any kind of arch stiffness that I have along with the ankle stiffness. Okay, so what I do is I just kind of get a little bit of a start here so it's overlapping on itself. Now whenever I apply tension, I'm going to apply it to the side that I want to affect. So whenever I'm wrapping around the arch of the foot, I'm going to put tension around the arch of the foot. And whenever I'm going over the top, I'm just going to not really try to stretch it that much, but I'm going to make sure that I'm just kind of looping it around. As I go around, I'm going to get 50% overlap. That means 50% of the band is overlapping itself. So I'll apply that stretch and wrap it around. Apply that stretch and wrap it around. Okay? Once I get to this point, when I'm just in front of the heel, now I'm going to apply that stretch one more time, wrap it around. Now I am coming around the ankle. Okay? So now I've crossed over the front of the ankle and I'm able to now apply stretch on the Achilles. I'm going to stay just above this ankle bone here, this malleolus here. And so I'm wrap it around, then apply that stretch, wrap it around, apply that 50% stretch, overlap, wrap it around, and just kind of work your way up. Just cover as much real estate as you can. And then once you run out of band, then you can just stick it in there where it's nice and accessible. And now it's wrapped, okay? So this is relatively tight, and yeah, like it's difficult to move. I feel that tension. This may feel a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. As long as you can still move and it's not painful or anything as you are holding this wrap on there, it's fine, okay? So now we're gonna keep this on here for just a couple of minutes. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some movement. By adding movement underneath this compression, it's gonna help me free up those tissues, free up and break up any kind of stiffness here. So to add movement, I really want to just work through the full range of motion in the joint, okay? So going into full dorsiflexion, pushing that knee as far forward as I can, and I'm also gonna go into full plantar flexion, pointing that, okay? And I really can get as creative as I want to get here, so I can add a little bit of overpressure here, pressing down on that. I can get into a downward dog here. I can keep my toes active as I'm pushing that down. I can press up. Really, there's no wrong thing to do here. You just want to get movement. Okay? I can even get into a squat. This is a natural shape that I'm going to be in regularly. I can be squatting up and down, standing all the way up. You can go through some pressure, like leaning to one side. The sky's the limit. It's up to your own creativity here. There's always going to be a point where you're like, okay, it's been a couple of minutes, or my body's just telling me, hey, it's time to take this thing off. I'm losing all the color in my toes, which is fine. This is restricting the blood flow, but I'm just trying to get some movement into this. After 1 to 2 minutes, or whenever your body's telling you it's time to take it off, you just pop that off, unwrap it, real quick, and you'll feel this reperfusion, this return of blood flow. And you might even notice a few markings here, which is natural to happen as you do this process. And you might even see a little bit of extra color in places that were stiff, but you had a pretty good effect there, okay? So you always want to test and retest, like how do I feel now? So as I'm getting that reperfused, blood flow is returning. As I push it forward, it feels way more free, okay? I can do my tandem ankle test here. How far does that go? Feels a lot more free back here. Feel like I can move and glide and feel a lot less stiff in the ankle. This is how to wrap your ankle with a Voodoo Floss band.